Happy Marriage Monday.
It's week 10.
I'm glad you're counting.
Week 10
I am not.
of the COVID shutdown, although things are starting to open up.
Yeah.
That's encouraging.
Hobby Lobby, for example,
Oh my goodness.
was open. Oh, he's still my beating heart.
Wow. So
It's the little things.
she actually teared up as she went and saw that Hobby Lobby was
I haven't been in a
open.
Hobby Lobby in years, so it was-
Tears of joy. And
Yeah.
I mean, it was like a kid in a candy
you
store.
had it. He was crying in a different way. He was like, "There goes our retirement."
No.
Yeah.
Please no. But yeah, it's nice to see things opening up.
Yeah.
Hopefully that means date nights again are going to come back.
That would be nice.
Yes. Yeah.
Local businesses, small businesses, churches
Yes.
Yeah.
Churches. It's coming up soon.
making a comeback.
Yeah.
We're
And
very
so,
thankful.
a lot of churches right now are working with their leadership and working with the government to make decisions. That Governor Newsom is releasing guidelines, and we kind of wanted to talk about decision making as a couple. How do you make a decision as a husband and wife?
Yeah.
Decision making is already hard enough, but when you have what we've just gone through with making decisions on the fly, one decision after another, and moving your entire life,
Yeah.
if you don't already have a matrix or a decision making process, then you just end up adding on to what's already a tense
Stressful.
situation.
Well, yeah.
That's something it can kind of tear a marriage apart.
Yeah, and I think moving or not, life is a series of making decisions. We've talked to our boys about this in parenting, that literally who you are and who we become, our character, is a steady series of decisions, right? We make decisions that determine not just our present, but our future, who we are and
Right.
what we do. And so learning to make decisions well, that's an art.
Well, yeah.
And we've learned how to we make decisions differently over the
Yeah.
last week.
I don't know that.
unpacking.
Yeah, I don't know that our art is good. It's maybe stick figures sometimes, and maybe it's fleshed out with other
We
colors.
definitely can't draw.
And other times, but yeah, it's when you get married, you move from me to we, and I remember even having to adjust that mindset early on.
Right.
Even now, almost 23 years later,
Yeah.
I'm still having to adjust that mindset.
You are.
Especially just me. I'm the only one. You've got it down. Okay. So, for instance, all the decisions in decorating the house and where stuff goes, because we had all the stuff that fit in one house, and now we've got a whole other house we've never been in
Right.
before.
The challenge of moving is like, where do you put your stuff in the new place?
Yeah.
Not just in a closet somewhere, but
Right.
to where you can find it and access it. It makes sense. It's not just happen. I like order.
Yeah.
I like
And
things to make sense.
and you've been amazing at how you've been able to unpack the entire house within a week, making this house feel like a home. And every now and then you would come to me and say, "Hey, John,
What do you think about?
what do you think about where we should put our family pictures?" Because that's kind of the end part, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys, when you move, like when you get stuff like your family pictures and stuff up on the wall, or like you start decorating, that's when it feels like home. Because, the fridge goes somewhere, the couch goes somewhere, but like where, our pictures, that's home.
Yeah.
So yeah, I asked for your opinion a couple times, and you realize really quickly, and I don't think I realized it till we had the conversation, it wasn't that I didn't want your opinion. I think I just wanted you to
Agree with you.
validate that I had a good idea. I didn't necessarily want to hear what he had to say.
I said, "How about on this wall in the dining room?"
Because I didn't like any of his
And
ideas.
she's like, "No." And I'm like, "How about on the stairwell as we're walking up? We can look at pictures of her." And she's like, "No, I think we're going to do them upstairs." And I just looked at you and I'm like, "Then
Why did you ask?
Why did you even ask me?
Why did you ask
You
me?
had already decided."
I know, and the psychological evaluation is I just wanted him to validate my idea. I actually didn't want to hear his idea. Not that I didn't want to hear him. I just wasn't going to do them.
If nothing else, it confirmed
But see, we
your
own up to
ideas
it.
were a lot better than mine.
I don't know if
Right?
I don't know if it does.
Yeah,
that.
yeah. But I was happy, actually. It was a laugh, but I was happy to defer because that is absolutely not my strength. I am not good at decorating or deciding.
You have so many other gifts and skills.
Really? Okay.
Decorating is
what
not.
are those?
You have
Where-
many other gifts
Can you
and skills.
think of them on the
You're
spot?
a really good driver.
Oh,
You're a very good
driver.
shopper. You know how to Like,
What?
you fight the lines and get the stuff. You're a very good parent.
Oh,
You're a
thank
great
you.
dad.
Thank you.
You're an amazing husband. Decorator is just like, the saying goes, everyone's a 10 somewhere. That's not your 10. That's okay.
Everyone's also a negative 10 somewhere.
That's okay.
Yeah. So anyways, we just realized in those funny examples is that the best way to make a decision is to defer to your partner's strength. Where are they good? And kind of let that be the default, not that you can't speak into it. And so for me, it was funny, but I'm like, well, yeah, okay, we'll go with that.
Yeah, I think in the early years, we tried to keep things real 50-50, like, we'll see my parents this much and your parents this much, and we try to keep things like equal because that felt right. And I think kind of as you grow in your relationship, you realize things aren't 50-50. It's not like we're going to do equal shares of things. It's you defer to strengths.
Yeah.
And you encourage those things. And so I appreciated you just saying, hey, you know what, not that you're not going to help or speak into it, but you're not going to fight me on something just so that you're heard.
Yeah.
And
which is important, especially once you have kids. If you haven't had kids yet, or if you do have kids, you know exactly what I'm talking about. They will try and pitch you against each other, or they will go to the person they think is going to give them the answer. Like, I'm not going to say which son,
right,
but it was recently that our sons have been making friends here, which is great. And he was wanting to spend the night, and we don't know the families yet, and
we're a little more cautious and careful about that.
We just got here,
yeah.
So we're like, you know what, we don't need to do that. And so he kind of sidled up next to me and was like, why don't you see if you can talk Mom into, letting me spend the night. And I'm like, no, you know what? We're not going to do that. We're going to go with the decision that's already been made.
A united front.
Yes.
As parents.
Yeah. And I'm going to back her up. And here's the key. I'll back her up even if I don't necessarily agree with her decision in front of the boys, and she'll back me up. Yeah. And that little thing right there has really helped our marriage and our family over the long haul.
Well, yeah, and it keeps our kids understanding that Mom and Dad talk to each other and that we love them, but we're going to work this out, and they can't pit us against each other, because that's a constant challenge.
Yes, because once we're divided, the house is divided.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
for sure.
We just want to continue to join with you in prayer. Please let us know how we can be praying for you in the comments below. If there's something that you want us to talk about on Marriage Mondays, if we don't know anything about it, we'll find out from somebody who does. But you're going to be making lots of decisions as the country slowly reopens. Yeah. You're going to have to make decisions as a couple, what's best for your family. And we know that when Christ is the center of your home, whatever the decision, big or small it is, He will give us the wisdom to do it. As long as we're unified with Him, we'll be unified with each other.
For sure.
So, God bless you guys.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks for another Marriage Monday. We'll see you next week.
Take care. Shoots.